Good evening, Mystery Garden Science Theater followers. What I am calling this installment of the video is Mom's Night Out. So, alright, kids are in that house right over there watching a video, and I'm out here by myself checking out my garden. It is great. One thing I'm going to tell you about I'm going to introduce you to my garden this is a very functional garden. It's not Better Homes and Gardens. There's some raised beds. There's some empty pots in the way. It's not the prettiest thing, but it's very functional, and I'm going to talk you through a few things. So a lot of us, I think, every year get super excited about tomatoes. We have tomatoes here growing. Nothing's ready. No tomatoes. Flowers are just starting to come out. But you know what? There's a lot of things that we can look forward to this time of year that we can actually harvest. So here's an example of some things that I just picked this time. So there's sugar snap peas, and we have a kale medley, as well as some Swiss chard. That's great. So here is my pea bed, which I probably should have trellised. I know I should have trellised it, but you see we've got these beautiful white flowers. The peas are extremely sweet and great in stir fries, and they're super fun. See, you want to pick them at the base of the flowers. Here's some more. Some of the other things you can plant this time are some turnips. Turnips can actually be planted before your frost-free date in mid-April. And look, they're pretty full in this bed. I know you can eat the greens. Some people like to eat the greens. I mean, I try to, if you're really looking for some good, different, things for cooking this time of year, they're good to pull some of the leaves. But really, in the next about month or so, you should be able to get some turnips coming up to cook similar to potatoes. So if you're looking for a lower carb style diet, these are a good option. And like I said, you can plant them super earlier in the season, and they're not terrible. Some of the other things that you can harvest this time of year in your garden are kales. Again, like I showed you in the harvest bowl that I already had. They get pretty prolific when they take off, and you can start them in mid-April and have a harvest now while you're like really waiting on those tomatoes to show up and those peppers to show up and everything you're all excited for. You can start some great salads now. Some other interesting things that are popping up that I tend to leave are this plant here. That's borage. Something I planted last year. It actually turned out to be a great pollinator and attractor. So if you have other things that are volunteering up like that, borage, sunflowers, things like that, I tend to leave them be, because if you're planting squash the next year, you want all the pollination support that you can get, and these plants are the thing to do it. So here's a little bit of an update from our garden, and I'm going to continue my glass of wine while my kids are inside, and I will keep gardening. All right, have a good night, everyone.